Hi guys, this is Moti from Athletic Out, and today I'm gonna talk about diversifying our movement practice. So many of us want to diversify our practice, our movement, our mobility, and we don't exactly know how. These few drills are especially for you. They're good for morning practice, but you can incorporate them anytime you want. So I'm gonna repeat every exercise very short amount of times, and I immediately start with negative shoulder rotations to loosen up the back and the shoulder blades. And from here you can see I'm going down to a deep squat, the deepest I can go to. This is a deep squat, 2 forward fold, and taking the knees down. So from a squat I push one knee down and the hips forward. If you're mastering this, you can add opening the arm reach and reaching back with the arm while the knee wants to go down and the pelvis wants to go up. Careful, lower back should be activated. From here, you can play with your active 4 position and down dog. So it's an active dynamic moving down dog with bent knee with straight knees and moving forward to 6 pose with shoulder rotations. And if that's easy, you can lift the hips, you can lift the knees and continue with shoulder rotations, go back to down dog and play around. If you want, you can add breaths when you are in down dog. You really want to protract the shoulder and push forward. And when you go back, you can exhale. Or do short breaths. From here, we can easily go to a low lunge in your variation where you feel that you can still move and create some mobility. Right? Make sure that the hips are aligned, looking forward, and then you can start moving back and forth, taking the tail towards your knees and the knees towards your toes. Slowly but surely you feel that you can expand the range and go further and further with each and every step. Switch sides. And go deeper if you can. From here, we can open to a middle split with hands in the ground. So the middle split is not very extreme. Think about 60 to 50, 50 to 60%, and start shifting the weight side to side into a Cossack stretch. You can be active, and if you feel you're stable enough, you can lift the arms and close and open your hips. So I'm moving side to side and I close my hips into a low lunge. Think more about the flow of the movement from side to side and not just about reaching the pose. If that enables you, maybe you want to try and touch with the knee to the ground and lift one arm. Same arm, same knee. Opening the chest. Now you can go with your middle split a bit deeper and try to touch with the elbows to the ground. And the next time we want to touch with the knees to the ground, it should be a bit easier because we've already opened up the hips, or started to open up the hips. Try to push with the top of your feet to the ground. And now back to active needle split. It's the third time we try this, when we're a bit more warm and the hips are a bit more responsive. Engage your core, tail down, try to lock the knees but do not crash into them. Knees have to be very active. And expand your split as much as you can. Core is active, tail is down. You can take the hands down if you reach, if not, stay up and close. Back to squat with heels up and opening to one side when the hands and the feet are at the same line. So this is a beginner cartwheel exercise. We're thinking hand down, hand goes up, and the pelvis goes up. You really feel the shoulder blades, you really feel the ribs are opening up, the side of the body opens up. Do that as long as you are able to breathe in the posture, in the movement. Do not forget to push the ground of the standing hand and the standing feet. If the standing leg cannot be straight, don't stress it, it's perfectly fine. And after a few times, you can try to do a baby cartwheel, really small and really slow. Slower you do it, the harder it is. You need to resist gravity, push the floor. This is still a warm-up, I remind you, so these are not your max capabilities. Make your spine familiar with the motion, make your shoulders familiar with the weight. Make sure your knees know where they want to go. And try to land with both hands at the same line. If you can catch to a handstand, you can catch and release slowly with control, back to a squat and release. From here we feel you have to release, then release the shoulders, release the neck, release the back, release the hips, rounding your shoulders. From here, forward stretch. Again, we've done this before, but now we lift the arms totally. So basically, if we're able to, we can do this where our head wants to go down and our arms are up in the air. If this is too much for you, add the hands to the floor. Touch the floor to remove weight. And switch legs. Go back slowly. Hand inside. And if you can push the floor and transition, that's great. So this is a 10-minute warm-up that I usually do before I'm doing whatever I'm practicing. If it's a swim after that, if it's handstands, if it's movement or calisthenics or strength training. This is a generic practice I'm doing that helps me open my body and feel it. It shouldn't be boring, should be interesting to explore how we feel, what hurts, what I feel is better, what is more open, and adding this level of intelligence to your practice and warm-up would change the way you practice totally. That's it, guys. Hope you like this video. If you like it, feel free to share and subscribe and like. View more videos and ask me if you have some specific questions. My name is Moti from Athletic Cult. See you next video.